example 6 asks us to evaluate and find the value of each of the following. These terms are written in what we call NR terms, or in choosing terms. So there's a formula for this, and it involves factorials. You can also choose to use this on your calculator, but we're going to show you how to do it by hand. So in the sense where you have NR, what this means is N is your total, your power. So it starts off, you're doing N factorial divided by R factorial times N minus R factorial. So how this works is, if N and R are near each other, or if N and R are far away, you'll tend to have small numbers. But if they tend to have a mean distance away from each other, if N minus R approaches R, then you can end up with some different values. So we're going to follow this formula here to find what we have. So A was 6, 4. So that is going to be 6 factorial over 4 factorial times 6 minus 4 factorial. So let's see what we can eliminate right off the bat. So this is 4 factorial and 2 factorial. So I want to try to take the 4 away as quickly as I can, because it has more of the 6 factorial in it than what's left over. So what is left over here? So 6 factorial is like 6 times 5 times 4 factorial. And if I divide that by 4 factorial, 2 factorial, you can see again that I'm canceling the 4's. And so I'm left with, ultimately, 6 times 5 over 2 times 1. So that's 30 over 2, which is the same thing as 15. Sorry, I ran out of room there. So this is a way to help calculate the count of certain things that have happened. So coefficients, for example, or the number of times something happens, like a frequency and a probability. So following this can give us something. So then we have 12 by 12. Oops, there's no dividing. It's just 12 written on top of 12 in these brackets. So that is the same thing as 12 factorial over 12 factorial times 12 minus 12 factorial. So first thing that you see is that, hey, these are the same, so they actually cancel. And so remember, on top, it's not 0, we're left with 1, and we're divided by 12 minus 12 factorial, which is 0 factorial. Well, hey, that must be 0. Well, note, 0 factorial equals 1. This is just a definition, okay? In case you see that, this is an actual definition. 0 factorial equals 1. Again, I'm not going to get into the logic of that decision, but that is a truth, so just take it. So in this case, we get 1 over 1, which is magically 1. So if you're presented with things in this form, you can use the calculator, or you can use this simple math to find your answer.